pointed out 7 states have accepted it, but 26 have not. 26 states have turned it down, and that's a real problem for implementation. Charles.
Well, first of all, Medicare is today looking after the poor. What Obamacare is doing is a huge expansion of it as a way to absorb people who aren't poor but above the line, as a way to essentially have national coverage, almost universal coverage. Now, you can argue yes or no on that, but that's what's being done. I think as to a Republican conservative who oppose Obamacare taking it if he's a governor, I think you can act honorably either way. You can oppose it and have opposed it all the way, and then say, well, you lost the fight. It's the law of the land. It passed in Congress. It got the signature of the president. It was approved by the Supreme Court. And when the president ran for re-election against somebody who would abolish it, the president wins. That's a pretty strong endorsement of this, however much you may not like it. And the fact is that now that it exists as the person who's responsible for the welfare of the people in your state, what do? I think it's honorable to say I will take the money because the people in my state are paying in the federal taxes, are subsidizing people in other states. Or you could argue the other way and say I still want to keep up the fight, in that if enough states stay out, it'll collapse. I'm not sure that's a real prospect, but I don't think either position is dishonorable or cowardly.
But isn't the biggest problem, if you have this major expansion and you put more and more people on Medicaid in your state, that it's likely that those people are not coming off Medicaid, or at least it will be extremely painful if they do?
That's because Obamacare has passed. It's the law of the land. And the essence of Obamacare is a huge expansion of the federal subsidies of health care, including people who are above the poverty line. It's a way to go from a state that looks after a safety net of people who can't afford it to a state where everybody gets it, as in Europe, and that's universal. But that's the essence of Obamacare, and it passed.
Kirsten, what we're not mentioning here is the solvency of Medicaid and how many doctors are able to take it and all that stuff.
I think it is insolvent. I think it's a terrible idea, and I wish I hadn't